Welcome, Solara here. I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to take a moment before I even begin to just say thank you again for getting me to 2K. One of you guys pointed out, Rebecca, you pointed out that that it had happened really quickly, and I didn't realize just how quickly it did happen, but it did, because on the 1st of January, I did a video that actually circulated quite a lot, and it was from there on that my subscribership began to pick up rapidly. So literally, you guys got me to 2K in less than 2 weeks. So I want to say thank you so much. Welcome to those of you who are returning. Welcome to those of you who are just tuning in for the first time. We're going to get stuck into this. I've had a lot of downloads this weekend. I've had a lot of delay energy around those downloads too, you know, wanting to come on here and do certain things and not being able to due to either delays. Today, a little bit of procrastination. I've been working on another project for the channel, so it wasn't fully in vain, but there's this reticence. I guess what I'm trying to say is there's this reticence that I'm picking up on in the collective energy. This doesn't feel like it's just my energy. It feels like very much a collective thing. And I want to tell you some of the downloads I've been receiving since Saturday night, because I didn't get an opportunity to come on here yesterday. And I was so excited to come on here too, because I just got the Kipper deck. I got it as a gift to myself to congratulate myself for getting to 2K. I've been eyeing it forever. My guides have been telling me to get it, that it would help me unlock certain energies. And I finally, you know, put the order in, and it arrived yesterday, and I was so excited to get on here and use it. And then something came up. But I want to share with you some of the downloads I've been having since Saturday. So I mentioned this before, from the beginning of the year, since the 1st of January, I keep on coming across this phrase, going out with a bang, going out with a bang, going out with a bang. And you know, that energy of going out with a bang, it has both negative and positive connotations to it. For one thing, it's like you're closing out a cycle and you're just like, boom, I'm done, never going back there again, finished. On the one hand, that's like our energy right now, but the going out with a bang is also that energy of the towers. The towers, because as y'all know by now, if you've been hanging with me, 2023 is the year of the chariot, but it's also the year of the tower. What is allowing for your chariot to move forward are the towers that have to come down in order to give you back what was taken to build illusions, right? So that energy was coming up again, okay? Another thing they were showing me is that some of you, the people who were attaching to your energy to harvest before, they can't anymore. And the reason they can't, this is what was really interesting to me when they showed me this, is part of it is because of, you know, the work that you might be doing to clear your energy, return to sender, be very protective of your energy field. That of course is a big part. But what they were showing me also is that some of you, and I believe this is an upgrade, quite a recent upgrade for many of you, if you resonate with this, your energy has upgraded to the point where they cannot harvest from it without themselves being hurt, getting sick, feeling tired. Your upgraded energy destroys them when they try to drink or harvest now. That's what was coming through. All attempts to harvest now, for some of you, it just causes them harm. Whether it's the return of the energy, the inability to attach, the inability to stay attached, or the mere fact that your energy has reached such a level, such a vibration where it's staying, that it hurts them. And let me explain to you why this might be. This is how my guides were explaining it to me. The energies of the old world, the energies of the matrix, whatever you want to call it, were sustained through the harvesting of lower vibrational energy. It is why they had to keep us stuck in lower vibrational energies, constantly cycling through patterns of fear, guilt, shame. They had to keep us in the red, right? I don't have my, hold on a second. You guys should know me by now. I have this chart, which is the vibrational scale, right? And let me show you what I'm talking about. So their job was to keep you below the green, right? So in constantly desiring and going back, constantly desiring, but never having enough to get past desire. And even if you get past the desire by accessing your righteous anger and your self-value, which is also connected to pride and your courage to, you know, push past and to get into these energies, even reaching acceptance and love, you weren't allowed to stay in that vibration. The way that we've been conditioned and programmed was to keep these energy cycles stuck down here, mostly in the red and the orange, right? The reason for this was because, well, there are so many reasons for this, but one of the reasons for this was because the lower vibrating energy of fear, guilt, and shame is what sustained the energetic grids that that made up the old world. And when I say it lightly, because what it was a fake grid. It was a grid that was designed in order to stop the natural flow of the true grid system of the earth. And to that extent, they use various low resonating energies, entities, big gun, low vibrational entities to do this. And to that extent, they used to have to feed them, right? Or they're still trying, but that's the point. So in order to harvest, what they really are looking for is low vibrational energy. But what this is indicating is that many of you have surpassed that point where you're staying stuck in the lower vibrational energies required for others to harvest. Okay? And a lot of us have been in this calibration state of like up and down, but this means that some kind of equilibrium has been met, whereby you are mostly resonating in higher vibrations, and maybe you are mastering you know, your vibratory abilities, in that you're utilizing, because this is the point of alchemy, self-alchemy, you're utilizing the power of the lower resonating energies to simply show you something that needs to be released or acknowledged, right? So then you can deal with it and move back up, okay? So your vibration is too high to feed them. And the analogy that my guides gave me, they said it's like putting super premium gas or petrol in an old car with an old engine that can only run on diesel. And they said to me it would likely explode the engine. I know nothing about cars or mechanics. It makes sense to me. I could be wrong. Comment below if I am. But that's what they said to me, okay? As we feed our souls, not our egos, we feed our souls, we starve them. And let me also, you know, put it out there. I'm not one who doesn't believe we should have ego. I do believe we should have ego, but I believe that we've lived in a time, because of our conditioning, where we've overfed our egos and we've starved our souls. So now we're trying to find balance. So we're going to feed our souls. And as we feed our souls, we starve these energies that we're trying to feed upon our pain. They have no access anymore to our pain, and they have no access to poison us, therefore. Right? So this is all about somebody really doing the work to take their power back, and there was some kind of shift for you, I feel like, over the weekend. And I don't know if you remember, like, I did a reading on Friday night. I was saying the energies of confusion. I had to record that reading. It took me like the 5th try before I actually began to feel like I could somewhat flow with the energies. That oftentimes will happen, that confusion, that feeling really, really low, it will happen before breakthrough. So if I was feeling that in my own personal reality, I know I was also feeling it collectively. So I feel like some of you went through like I don't want to call it a dark night of the soul, but what it is it's like a plunging in the energies that take you into the deep. But it's there for you to find the light. It's like that hermit energy in the darkness, so that you can break out of a certain level of the game level of the like the prison almost. And somebody busted out this weekend. And I say that also because I started channeling a song, right? As I was getting ready for this reading. It was a Sarah McLachlan song. And it's called Do What You Have to Do. And I kept on hearing like the first verse, and it goes, what ravages of spirit conjure this tempestuous rage? Created you a monster, broken by the rules of love. When fate has led you through it, you do what you have to do. Oh, when fate has led you through it, you do what you have to do. And I'm going to spare you the next part because she goes up like another octave, but it's a beautiful song, but it's a really haunting song. And I was like, what is this? What's going on here? What's going on? And I began to read the lyrics, and I put it on. I found the video on YouTube. Maybe I'll link it below, because maybe whoever this message is for, there's another message in there for you. And it was a really sad song about letting someone go or letting something go. And I was like, this doesn't feel like love, though. It feels really eerie. And when I put on the video, the first thing that, because it's a live performance, the first thing that she says is, this is the very last show from this tour. And I was just like, oh yeah, somebody closed out something big over the weekend. But it has something to do with somebody or a group, it could have been a group of people, who has been integral in causing misfortune. You know, one of the hands that were stirring the pot and causing you misfortune that I spoke about in that New Year's video. This is one of those people that was integral, or they were harvesting off of you, or maybe it was a person who was cloaking themselves in your energy. These people use so many different tactics, and some of you, it's like you've dealt with all of the above, right? Something happened this weekend with this person, whoever it is that you're thinking about, that comes to mind. And what my guides were telling me is that there's a curse that's been broken. It's been broken. So it feels like whatever darkness was happening on Friday, that was like the final piece of warfare that you had to get through in this situation with this person. And when I say that, I want to be careful, because it doesn't mean for some of you that this person isn't going to continue, but it's like whatever leverage they may have had, it's broken, because they were also showing me, remember last week I kept on talking about that, that Little Mermaid Ursula snail thing, I think it's a conch shell. It's not a conch shell, it's a sea snail shell she had around her neck, where she was trapping Ariel's essence. They showed me more about that. They showed me that this person, if that energy is, if that reading was vibing with you, that this person was using some kind of necklace, and they were using it to transfer. So while I thought originally it was like they were using it to draw upon your life force, what they were showing me, and they could have well been doing that too, but what they were showing me was something a little bit different. They were showing me that this person was channeling their own fear and sending it through this talisman to you. And to that extent, they may have given you something else. They may have given you a piece of jewelry or something that you thought was nice, something pretty that they knew you'd wear or you'd keep in your presence. They may have given you something so that you would have been able to receive that energy, okay? And so what that was they were channeling their fear and sending it to you, or for some of you, they were channeling their fear and sending it to you because they created a magical link between the items. Yes, that's what I have, okay? So for some of you, that actual talisman was destroyed. And I have a few different like background scenarios about that. For some of you, you did it. So if this is you, congratulations. Like whether you did it over the weekend or you did it recently, I don't know, but it's coming through now. Or maybe this is a message that you need to, okay? But there is a talisman that either has been destroyed, or when you destroy it, it's going to break the magical link that this person has whereby they can project their fear onto you in order to psychically attack you. Now, the point of them projecting their fear on you is to get you into your energy field, into a state of constriction, you see where fear is, so that they can then harvest from that energy. Because again, this is all about feeding lower vibrational entities. They need you in a low state. So there's something about projecting that fear onto you to put you in fearful states, maybe to trigger you into anxiety or certain psychic attacks. It's in order to control your energy and to keep you in a lower vibration as much as possible, because it's only when they're able to do that, when they can have you in a state of panic, when they can have you because you're not able to function through that, when they can have you in a deep place of shame and guilt because of that. It's only through those energies that they were able to harvest off of you. Okay, so for some of you, what I'm getting, some of you, this energy is broken because you learned how to condition yourself in such a way that now when these things happen, you look for the lesson. And because you didn't allow for these things to destroy you, because you were able to find the proverbial silver lining and alchemize that energy to your best abilities. And I'm not talking perfection here. I'm just talking about choosing gratitude, choosing not to be victimized by it, right? Because you did that, that's what is stopping their ability to harvest. And because you've been doing that for a while, it's like you've reached a place on your journey where you upgraded yourself, right? For others of you, the message that's coming through is that if you're still experiencing this, there could be, you're going to get relief once you break the item that has the magical link. For others of you, still you're being shown that that magical link was broken this weekend, because there's another part of this story. And this is where the song came in. Someone this weekend had to release someone or something. Someone this weekend had to release someone or something. And for some of them, it was because they lost rank. They lost rank, or they lost control, or they lost their ability to do what it was they were doing in order to harvest, in order to accrue material gain, access, whatever it was they were getting. Or they finally realized that holding on was futile. Okay, so some of them, they came to this decision of their own volition. They realized they're fighting a losing battle with you. 21:44 on my clock. I don't think that's going to be for most of you, but that energy did still come through. Some of them surrendered. They resigned. Okay? Some of them had to release someone because they lost rank in whatever society, coven, order that they're in, right? Where they were supposed to continually deliver your energy or deliver something of you that they no longer have access to. Because they lost access to that, they've lost rank. And because they lost rank, there was something that they had to get rid of. Okay, and I feel like for some of you, it was some kind of talisman that they had been gifted that was connected to you. It may not have been totally about energy harvesting from you specifically. It could have been energy harvesting from you as well as other people, or something else. But whatever it was that had given them access to your energy field by way of this group, they had to give it up. They had to give it up. And for some of them, they had to give up also because I was really drawn. I'm gonna try to remember to post that Sarah McLachlan video below, because I was really drawn in the video. She had these black feathers around her, right? Like a black feather boa. And they kept on drawing my attention to it. And I kept on seeing black feathers. And it's almost like this person has lost some kind of dark energy that was also their ally or maybe their protection. They no longer have, I don't know whether it's that they no longer have access to that being. entity, energy, I don't know. What just came to mind also was like, for some of you, maybe that's your protector now, because that's a very real energy that's come up recently too. I spoke about it in, I think, the full moon video. Like, some of these dark beings that they were using against you are actually now coming to protect you, because they've gained a lot of respect for who you are in the spirit realm, and that means that that's not you getting in a deal with them. That's them choosing voluntarily to protect you now. It's either it's that, or it's also for some people, and this was another really interesting download I received. For some of you, this very dark energy that they used against you was waiting for you to wake up to your power so it could come back to you, because you had some kind of alliance in a past life, or it's protected you before in another lifetime, and it was waiting for you to come back into you. It allowed this person to work against you because it knew that it was part of its contract to push you into maybe your darkness, maybe discovering your shadow. A lot of the time, that's what it is. These dark energies are sent in order for us to delve into our shadows and come back into the light. That's the point, right? And the reality is also that a lot of these people actually use your magic, your energy against you anyway. And that's always been the case. So I think that's the extent of the downloads I've received. Okay, let's see what comes out now. Where shall we go? Where shall we go? Where shall we go? I should use the Kipper deck, shouldn't I? Now that I have it. Now that I have it, let me shuffle. Okay, let me take a moment to connect. 22, when I looked up just now. Yes, there's something about partnerships coming, that partnerships being, I kept on seeing that yesterday too. All night, I kept on seeing 22. Everywhere I went, 22, 222, everywhere. And that, again, I'm not getting it until now. I mean, I know what 22 means. It's also like that energy of balance, duality, but it's also partnerships. But I'm getting it now. I feel like a lot of energy has been removed over the weekend to make room for certain divine partnerships to come into play. And in order for that to happen, there were certain karmic energies that had to be separated. Yes. Okay, let me connect with the deck. Ooh, give me clarity, clarity. Give us clarity, please, Spirit. Take the first three. At the top of the deck, you say, let's see. At the bottom, yes, courtship. Number 4, that is all about setting foundations, but 4 is also double 2. Right? Courtship. For some of you, these energies have cleared the pathway for some kind of romantic alliance that is divinely appointed. Let's put it that way. I personally, I believe in these deep soul connections. I don't like to call them twin flames. I believe that whole concept was hijacked to fuck with divine beings. That's another story though. But I do believe that we have certain divine appointments with certain people. I don't believe in the convention around the tradition of marriage or what it's become. I believe that we are here on this earth plane to learn, and that as such we come into alignment with people who help us to love more in order to learn and to grow. And sometimes we evolve and grow apart. And the beauty of that is if we are truly in a connection that's love-based as opposed to rooted in fear and codependency and control and all of those things, then we are happy to recognize and realize when something has run its course and when it's time to move forward. We do that as an act of love for self and the other person if we claim to love them. So we have courtship. Okay, let me turn these around. We have bad health. 31. That's another 4. 4, 4. You guys know me with this 4, 4 energy, right? This is family energy. This is family energy. I hate to say this, but for some of you, whatever this person was doing, especially if it was a family member, whatever this person was doing to block this divinely appointed situation from coming, because that's what it feels like they were doing. And this is why this feels like it's somebody, again, who may have had either intimate knowledge of you because of their closeness to you, their proximity to you, their ability to access your energy physically, and even you talking to them and being and sharing intimate details. That's one thing. It's either that or psychic spying. But this person knew that if they could keep you in a lower frequency, that they would stop your divine opportunities and your appointments from coming in. There's something about them knowing that this was destined and wanting to block, delay, and all of that. And this energy that has broken, this like separation that has come between them and this group, this entity, this talisman, whatever separation that's come that has stopped them from being able to access your energy, is now got them or will have them in poor health. And for a lot of you, that's because they were harvesting, utilizing the power of these things, maybe from you and maybe from many others. And the thing about energy harvesting, what my guides have shown me, is that it gets to a certain point where people don't it's like addiction. They don't know how to create their own energy anymore. And they don't even see it coming, right? And this was another message that was coming through yesterday as I was walking, another download. It was like my guides were showing me, because I've said this before, I don't believe a person can lose their soul, right? I don't believe you can lose your soul entirely. This is what I believe, and this is how my guides illustrated it to me perfectly yesterday in a way that I could understand it better than I ever have. When we make a decision to go against the light, when we make a decision to go against love, and this is for ourselves, for our fellow living being, whether animal or human, or for the earth herself. When we make a decision to go against life, let's not even say light, to go against life, we are opening a door for darkness to enter. The bigger the decision to push away or try to snuff out life, the more darkness we allow into our own souls. And it gets to a certain point where too much darkness within the realm of our own soul allows us to have a company with lower vibrational or entities that like to live in the shadows. And that's when we open ourselves up to entity attachment, or entities being able to fuck in our energy, right? But then there comes a point where the darkness quotient is so high that it's almost like we give ourselves over to those entities and energies to be controlled. It doesn't mean our soul is gone. It just means that our light, you know that song, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This is what we've been doing as divine beings, high frequency beings, whatever you want to call us. This is what we've been doing when we've been healing. We've been increasing the light quotient within ourselves by dealing with our own shadows, and therefore what was lurking in the shadows, and helping to keep our shadows alive in a disempowered state. Because don't get me wrong, we are here to also we also have darkness within us that we have to accept. The darkness is the birth of all things, but it must be kept in balance, and it must be under our own autonomy. We must be sovereign beings who are wielding the power of our own darkness, instead of opening ourselves for other people outside of ourselves and other entities to fuck around with our own energy field and play with dark things and increase darkness without our knowledge, our gnosis, or our consent. And so what it feels like here is that as you've increased your light and you are controlling your energy and your light, this person can no longer dim it. And by dimming your real light, they were accruing a false light that kept them under this false belief that they were something. For some of them, they also believed that they were doing the work of the divine, etc., but they weren't, because, and I explained this in my last video, like, not the last one, but one of them, that for as long as you are trying to snuff out the life in anything or anyone else in order for you to shine falsely, you are not in divine alignment, right? You are not on the path to evolution. You're actually devolving. So this person is losing access. Losing access to you is putting them in bad health. For some of them, I feel like they're going to be battling with chronic fatigue energies. Chronic fatigue. Like, some of them won't be able to get out of bed. And for some of you, that's what they did to you. They had you either depleted physically, going through panic attacks to the point where you were depleted, or in a state of depression and confined confined in an astral box. Okay, confining you to your bed. This is what they had you doing, and this is what they were doing to you by stealing your energy. And so now that they have no access, the very thing that they were trying to do is coming back on them big time. Yep, concern. 33. This person is in concern because they know that something is coming for them now. They know that they don't have the protection that they had before. They've lost their protection. They've lost their access. For some of them, they've lost their place in this society. For some of them, they've lost a person because that was the price that they had to pay in order to release something on your side for your divine alignment. And I raised that, and we have great fortune. So there's something about this this connection. And with this idea of courtship, it doesn't have to be romantic, it really doesn't, but for some of you it will be. But either way, these alliances that this person was trying to keep you away from, they were trying to keep you isolated with this bad health card. They were trying to keep you isolated. I think I spoke a little bit about that at the beginning. I don't remember now, but I think I did. This energy of being in the dark to find the light. But the isolation, you took it, the darkness they slung at you, you took it and you alchemized it, and you found your own light. And you allowed your light to grow, and you didn't need to take from them in order to let your light grow. And anyway, they were trying to isolate you and confine you. And they know now that, I don't know if this person fully gets spiritual laws, or whether they're just in a state of like concern because whether they get what's spiritually coming for them or what has actually already begun for some of them, it's neither here nor there. They know they've lost something. They know they've lost something. Yeah, look at this, lovers. So number 15, so we have 4, 4, 6, 6. This is balance. This is setting the foundation for balance. So this lover's energy. So yeah, this is definitely, for some of you, this is romance. This is like making room for a divine partner to come your way. But the lover's energy, again, if I'm looking at it from a tarot perspective, it's not necessarily always to do with love and romance. It actually is to do with the alignment of your energy with your heart song. Like the lovers is reaccessing the Garden of Eden, you know, like it's reaccessing your ability to live in a state of being, and to go after what it is that makes your heart sing and your soul expand, to have gotten to that place. That's what the lovers also is. So we're already 35 minutes in. I want to go into this a little bit more. Shall we get some tarot? I really do like these Kipper cards. I don't get myself new cards very often anymore. Tarot and Oracle can become a very expensive habit. Plus, I have so many decks. I haven't gotten myself a deck in almost a year, so I'm quite excited about this one. There's more than one person involved in this situation. I just saw the Three of Cups. Maybe this is what this is about. Maybe this is the breaking of some kind of, well, Three of Cups, coven, coven energy. The breaking of a trio. Let's see. Bad health. Let's get some more on this bad health energy. Four of Pentacles was showing itself. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. You've got a cycle coming. You've got a message coming that's going to make you quite happy. You've got something real and tangible coming towards you to help bring a sense of stability. Now, this can be a number of things with Pentacles energy. It can mean that you're going to feel more vital. It can mean that you're going to feel better about your health. 2202 on my clock. It could mean that you have support coming in the form of someone who, like, relationship energy, right? But there's something, but with the Page of Pentacles, what I always like to say is the Page of Pentacles is the energy of, like, it's the energy of a child. The Ace of Pentacles is the energy of a seed. So for the Page of Pentacles to come, this means this is something you've already put work into. And for many of you, this is like this idea of the missed opportunities that this person caused you to have because of their constant fucking with your energy. It's like there were things that you were beginning to build, beginning to get. It's going to start coming back to you now. And it's like the more, ooh, we got this Queen of Swords woman again. I love her. She came out, because when she's coming out in my readings now, she ain't just coming out as a regular Queen of Swords. She came out on New Year's Day, and it was that energy of there's some kind of decree. And this was a character that was being sent, the Queen of Swords, to deliver the message, to make sure that the message was not only delivered, but that shit happens. It was like a decree. It was a Hierophant and the Queen. I'll never forget this. Well, I might forget it eventually, but for now, I'm not forgetting it. It was a Hierophant and it was a Queen of Swords. And it was just like the Hierophant was making her decree, like this is enough, or his decree, it's enough. It's time for you to go out and to put this thing to bed. There's no more of this. And the Queen of Swords was just like, what do you want me to do? Who you want me to hurt? Who do I need to talk to? What do I need to do? Just say the word kind of energy. Like the Queen of Swords is her emissary. It's the emissary energy of this decree that was coming through on New Year's Day. This Queen of Swords has done something over the weekend to bring balance back. As I say that, my clock turned to 4. Just as I said that, 2204. To bring back stability and balance where you were lacking because of this fuckery. The Queen of Swords has come in. You have some kind of protector coming in to help enact some kind of justice so that these cycles that you were having, the stop-start cycles and the cycles of your harvest being taken away, they're ceased. But in order for that to happen, it meant that there was some kind of, like I said, over the weekend, someone lost someone or something. Okay? Let's see. What is this person concerned about? This person is concerned about your fruitfulness, the Empress. The Empress, this person is concerned about your fruitfulness. This person is concerned that you are finally able to bring your baby to term. You understand? This was the energy, and this came out before, of miscarriage that they were sending people. And I'm talking about energetically speaking, although for some of you, and I'm so sorry if this is you, it could have really played out in terms of fertility issues, because that's the nature of energy. It just goes, because it's chaos also, it will attack or attach to whatever it needs to in order to get the job done. This is the kind of fuckery these people were doing, that were messing with other people's lives and livelihood and ability to live and thrive. So now this person is concerned because they know that your fruitfulness means like they're withering. They're withering, and they're trying to figure out with this Nine of Wands, how the fuck did you break out of being a wounded warrior? How did they overcome the woundedness? I was sending them, I was channeling them all of this fear. I was sending them psychic attacks. I was causing them to be in perpetual states of fear and anxiety. I was confining them to their own bed or their own reality. How the fuck did they break out of that? This person really thought you never would. For some of you, I hate to say it, but it's true. With this Empress energy, that's a mother. And you see this older person, that looks very fatherly or grandfatherly, does it not? This is something that for some of you has been happening too long. Some of you, your whole lives. Nine of Wands is somebody, and again, Wands energy for me as a reader, it speaks of the spiritual wars that we go through because of ancestry. That's what it is. So this is like, whoever this reading is for, the Nine of Wands it's this energy of you having been wounded the whole time. But just like, you know, and this might be an important message for some of you, because I was getting this before. Like, these people may have been fucking with your Chiron placement on your chart, magnifying the energies of your wounds and utilizing your own astrology to do that. Because this is the Wounded Warrior card, the Nine of Wands. We kept them alone, that's the Nine, that's the Hermit. Kept them alone and kept projecting these energies on them. How did it fail? How are they now about to be fruitful with the Empress? And before we had the Page of Pentacles, I didn't take it out. How are they about to actually give birth to a cycle that's fruitful for them? And more importantly, what does that mean for me? What does that mean for me now that I can't have access to what I was feasting upon? What does that mean for me? Let me get a card for the Lovers. And by the way, oh my gosh, I just noticed this too. So the Empress is number 3 in the tarot, right? You see right there? Can you see? I don't know if it will let you see. Yeah. The 3? 3, 3, 3. 3, 3, 3. That's the number again of divine intervention. That's Holy Trinity energy. There's more to the 3, 3, 3 than that. 3, 3, as you know, is a master number. It is the year they say Jesus died, but I believe that they say that to trick us. I don't think he died at 33. I think they want us to believe that, because then we put our energy towards even to increase the power of that number, and they love that number. And I think you know who I mean when I say they. Yeah, there's definitely some kind of family, society fuckery going on here. I mean, a lot of my messages go into that energy because this is what I'm here to expose. But yeah. But because of that, I don't always like to jump to that conclusion until I see it here and I'm getting a message that is, yeah. We got the Four of Wands at the bottom. This is for the lovers. So this is speaking about union, but it's also speaking about celebration. And again, it's talking about foundations. We have that 4-4 energy with the with the courtship and the bad health. We have the 4-4 energy, and then with the great fortune, it's 8. 2-6 is 8, which is again 4-4 is 8, and 8 is about energy. It's the way energy flows when it's in a loop. In order to break out of the loop, there has to be an introduction of something else. But this is the beginning of a new loop for you that actually is working in your favor. If you allow it, for as long as you allow it to. But in other words, whatever energy was being thrown at you in order that you would be at terrible odds, that has been or is being removed. For some of you, still telling you need to break a talisman, and I am, or an object. I'm drawn again to this Empress and what she's holding in her hand. And my guys are showing me it's like whatever it is that they tried to take from you is coming back. It's like the talisman they broke, 2211 on my clock. The talisman, the object they broke, or that you've broken, or whatever it was where they were getting their power. It's like you're getting it back, because this is a pomegranate. Is it a pomegranate, or is that the High Priestess? She's holding some kind of fruit. It could be. I think it is a pomegranate in this deck, but it's like she's getting back everything that was. It's not she's getting back. It's more than that. It's like it's like it's not even like you're just getting back what was taken. You're getting back what was taken, and then it's like you're getting some of this person's stuff too. That's what I'm seeing. You're getting, like, even with that energy of whatever dark energy or dark angel this person had to part ways from is no longer contracted to them. It's like you may have gained that person, that energy or entity or spirit as an ally, as a protector. It's like you're not only getting what it is that you lost, you're getting some stuff that has had to be forfeited, because it's like this person or people were not good stewards of what they were harvesting you for, or who they were working with. Let me turn this around now. Love. Oh my goodness, look at this. The lovers, we got the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles. So this energy, again, it's a queen. So we have 3 female energies here, 3 feminine energies, which it doesn't have to be a woman, but the queens and the Empress, of course, are the female archetypes of the deck, right? The queens and the Empress. And interesting, this number 3 again. Now we've got 3 women, and I said to you before that we had this energy of the Holy Trinity. Some of you, it's not the Holy Trinity. It's like you are being, I'm getting what is it? It's a maiden, mother, and crone energy. I'm getting triple goddess energy here. I can think this morning. Getting triple goddess energy here. Some of you are being protected heavily by a deity or 3 deities. Somebody who, the triple goddess energy is, it's what they're in alignment with. I'm not very good at knowing. Like, I think maybe, I forget who is. There are certain deities that are they carry different parts of this triple goddess energy, and then there are some, I think, that like embody the whole of the triple goddess. No, maybe I'm wrong. But either way, some of you have some very powerful female deities, or maybe even female ascended masters that are working very closely to help you stabilize your energy and get what was taken from you in this horrible cycle. They're also working very closely to make sure that your path forward into these divine alliances now remains clear. They're also working to restore some kind of fortune and fertility to you. The most fertile cards of the deck are the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. She's holding a pomegranate. She's surrounded by grapes. They're also helping you to overcome an inability to receive with this Queen of Pentacles and Lovers, because for some of you, these attacks have done such a work on your ability to trust others. And they've done such a work on your ability to feel safe divulging intimate details or wins, Four of Wands, with others. And these energies are helping you to open your heart to receive all of the flow of abundance that wants to come your way with the Queen of Pentacles energy. But for some of you also, this Queen of Pentacles energy is coming with the Lovers and the Four of Wands, because whoever they've been blocking your path from, this is a person who you're supposed to be with. You're supposed to be with this person to establish something on this earth realm that's going to be very abundant and fruitful. Now, for some of you, if you believe in marriage, this really could be marriage with the Lovers and courtship and Four of Wands and Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is wifey material in the deck, and you don't have to be a woman to have the Queen of Pentacles energy. Did I say Queen of Wands? I meant Queen of Pentacles. You don't have to be a woman, again, to have the Queen of Pentacles energy, but it does mean long-term partner. But the Queen of Pentacles is also a card of a person who is an entrepreneur. So, however this may be presenting itself in your own reality in life, it's going to cause, it's going to bring in celebration and stability. It's going to help you to build. The fours in tarot are connected to Emperor energy. That is making something real and having the foundations through which something can be supported and enacted. It's masculine energy. It's really beautiful. I think I'm going to close there. This was a longer reading than I had thought it was going to be, as always. But yes, I'm going to love you guys and leave you. Please make sure to get rid of any objects that this person may have given you. Continue to call back your energy to clear and cleanse, because for some of you, this is energy, so it could have already happened, it could be happening, or it could be future energy. So whatever it is that you're doing that's gotten you this far, and this is your reading, keep doing it, okay? I'm sending you guys so much love. I will be back again soon. Until next time, be well.